Okay, so this is part two of getting an agent. Now, the last video I made, I was like getting ready to go to an audition. So I was like, oh, not 100% ready. But I mentioned in my last video that I had a casting director contact my manager or my agent, I can't remember which one, and tell them that I overdress for auditions. And so on that note, I say, oh, well, okay. The bottom line is like when you're looking for representation, keep in mind you're going to have several appointments. Hopefully, you will have several appointments where you meet several agents or more, you know, managers, and they're all going to say something different. But what I have learned over the years being out here, I'm in LA auditioning for television, film, commercials, voiceovers, um, hand modeling jobs. I tell you, one thing I found out is that you just can't please everyone. All right. So we as actors have to take that stress out of our lives. I know it's hard. It is, and it takes a lot of work. But if you don't feel good about how you look when you walk in that door, it's going to radiate. And people can smell it a mile away. They don't know what it is about you, but some like, I don't feel comfortable with that actor. Now, again, I have worked in so many offices, and I can tell you firsthand, I've seen some people come in there that look like, I'm like, now who let him out the house? you know, how in the heck did she leave the house looking that way? But it was something about the energy of the person. And you know what I think it was? That person did not give one rat's fanny what anyone thought or said about him or her. And they like, I'm going to the audition. They like me, fine. If they don't, oh well. And a lot of times, those would be the people that they would actually call back, right? And put those people on a veil. In case you don't know what a veil means being available to actually book the job. It's the closest thing pretty much to booking a job, especially with commercials, right? And those people will come in, and I'm like, okay. And sometimes people come in, they came in from the gym or whatever. Actors come in and they get nervous. So they start to perspire a little bit more, whatever. Didn't matter. That would be the person that the casting director would say, oh, let's call that person back. Let's give this person a call back. You just never know. But one thing you want to know is that you feel like you belong there. If they called you to come to the audition, at least you know one thing, they were interested. I don't know if it was your picture, your resume, a full moon. You reminded them of an ex that they still love. Who knows? Because you never know. Yeah, and again, you can go in and just crush that audition. And when I say crush, I mean in a positive way. But who knows? Maybe you reminded that casting director of his ex who is now divorcing him. You never know. Who hasn't allowed him to see his 5-year old in 3 months. You just don't know. We don't have a lot of control. But the good thing is that hopefully if you're watching it and you've gone this far, it's something that you want. You really want to do this. If you really want to do it, I think it's worth it. I really do, guys. If you really want it and it's in your heart, it is worth every second of it. And you know why I say that? Because in any field that you get in, especially nowadays, they're going to put you through something. And we'll talk about this later because it's not about me. Today, I want it to be about you. And I want to inspire you to go out and go for what you want. Okay. That's my goal here. I want you to live out your dream. And if you don't get where you want to go, it won't be because you did not try. That's all I tell people that I talk to every day. I'm like, don't worry about the outcome because unfortunately, you can't predict the outcome, but you can get off of your butt, get out of your head, and do what you want to do. That's all you can do. And you just got to trust. You got to trust the process. You got to trust God. Okay, some people don't believe in God. I don't know what to tell you on that one. But whoever, your higher power, you have to trust because you can't do this alone. You're not going to do it alone. People say, I did it on my own. No, you didn't. Divine intervention. Okay. Not to speak of Aunt Kathy who sent you 2 grand when you were about to get evicted. All right. It can be rough. It can be really rough because there's no blueprint. So anyway, now I am fully dressed, okay? And going out, some people are gonna look at me like, why she dressed up like that? All we asked for was somebody who could do whatever. I don't have nothing to do with that. Today, this is how I feel. I feel like a piece of a cherry. I guess it's the red, I don't know. But this is how I feel, and I feel good. So my point is feel good when you go in there. Think about the people who are not able to audition. That's the thing. You have thousands of people who would just love to be able to go out and have that opportunity to audition for a TV show. Oh my God, a TV show. Now that's big. Um, but a commercial, a commercial, and they might actually book this commercial. It could be life changing. It really can. On the other side of the coin, if you don't book it, at least you were out there. You got that opportunity. That's what it's about. Because if you don't get the opportunity, you're definitely not going to get the gig. But if you have an agent who's sending you out, now, a lot of my students are, contact me like, my agent is sending me out, but I'm not booking. Okay. It could be a multitude of reasons that you're not booking. But check yourself first. Are you prepared when you go out? That's the thing. But sometimes we're not prepared. We roll in there late. Mm-hmm. Don't roll up on those auditions at the last minute because believe you me, traffic is going to be bad for whatever reason. The day that you leave late, mm-hmm, you won't be able to find parking. Even though they have a parking lot, it's going to be full. I'm telling you, I know. Or if you're in LA, your initial audition was at La Brea, 200 South La Brea. I love that place. But the callback is going to be in Santa Monica. So, it's a different mindset. It's a different energy. So leave, be on time. Now, I hear you already saying common sense. It is not common because if it was common, people wouldn't do it. I mean, the only thing common about it is that we commonly do it all the time. So be on time, be super early, take something to snack on, take change to put in the parking meter. God, last thing you need is to go in there and rock that audition and come back and get a ticket that's $50. Um, we're not doing that, okay? We don't want to make them richer. We want to book jobs so that we can become working actors and live out our dreams. We can live anywhere we want to live. If you don't want to live in LA, you don't have to live in LA, but you want those options, okay? So leave on time. Leave on time. Please leave on time. Okay. Yes. Take something to snack on. Take change to put in the meter or park in a safe place where your car is there when you get there. Now, I can't tell you they won't break in your car, but at least if you park in a place where it's well lit, most actors park there or people park there, read the freaking signs. Read. Because if it's permit only, read it. Read it. Take our time. We want to book. We want to book. We want to book. I know. I want to book too. But we have to be ready. You guys, we have to be ready. Get prepared the night before. What you gonna wear the night before? Have it already laid out. Don't get up looking for clothes in the morning. No, there's something else that's gonna come up and take your focus. So stop looking for stuff in the mornings. Have it out at night. Now, am I a personality? Yeah, I am. I am. I tell you, I do sometimes a little more than I, you know, should, maybe. But it's better to be overly prepared than not prepared. Sorry. But be on time. Okay. Um, if you cannot make that audition, let them know right away. Because sometimes we get that audition, we just go confirm. But then you realize, I have a prior commitment that I cannot miss. So really think about it before you confirm, all right? And if they have a window, in case you guys don't know, they might have a time frame from 12 to 3, but they ask you to come in at 12. Maybe you could talk to your agent and say, is there any way I could reschedule for a different time? Some platforms will give you that option, like LA Casting. If you want to reschedule, don't count on it, but try. Bottom line is don't let anything stop you from going out on your auditions, especially after you've been through all the rigmarole of dealing with agents or casting or whatever. Because we got to remember that they're human too. They have a job like we have a job. Let's make their jobs easier. Does that make sense? If you make her job easy, then they want to call you. They want to see you book, you know. But we just tend to want to work, and we don't understand the other side. Also, too, remember if they could get you into 5 auditions a week, Lord. Ooh, that's nice though. Some people do that. They would. They wouldn't have taken you on just to have you on. No, I don't think so. For the most part, they took you on because they want to see you book. You make money, they make money, right? So people are like, I just don't know why they don't want to send me out. They don't want to help me. Make sure you're helping yourself first. Help yourself first, and then they can help you. All right. That's all I can say um, regarding agents. And again, dressing the part. Yeah, dress the part, or you can even indicate the part, but feel good about it. All right. If you don't feel good about that shirt, that a lot of people wear that little shirt, that little denim shirt for commercials. Like, I'm gonna wear this is my shirt that I wear for commercial. Sometimes I'm not feeling that shirt. Mm-mm. I don't care. I'm not feeling it. I'm like, I ain't feeling this shirt today. I'm gonna wear my funky no. I'm joking. I'm silly. But sometimes you just don't feel that shirt, right? So have another shirt. But you gotta feel because if you feel good, Mm, it just everything just works out. You feel good about what you're wearing. You drive up to the audition, there's a parking spot right there. Somebody was just leaving and you just get right in it. Everything just sort of works. Traffic is a little bit easier than it normally is because you feel good. It's all about feeling good. Because what I found out for many years, I would just get so uptight about all of this. Ugh, let it go. Come on. Like it's serious, but it ain't we can't be too attached to it. It's a dream. I'm passionate about it. I love it. I can't ever see myself doing anything else. But guess what? It's not going to take my happiness away. I'm sorry, you guys. And actors, we already don't have a lot of things. We don't have a lot of power and control. I don't care who you are when you first start, and especially you don't. And I hear people that's like really working saying, you don't have any control. Or you get so high in the game and then everything plateaus, right? What are you gonna do? Fall apart? Mm. Don't give anyone that power over you. That control and that power, nope, I don't care. Again, but when you feel good about yourself, that's when you walk in that door and you sign in. They have the little sign in, and then they have the little storyboard, and this is what they're gonna say, and this is the look they're looking for. And then you get in the room and they, okay, guys, hate to tell you this, but we've made a few changes. And you're like, what? I did all that, and now you're going to change. Be prepared for that. It's okay. It's all right. And I've seen actors just go blank. It's like, whoa, because they've rehearsed this last night. They got to the audition and then they rehearsed it again in the waiting room, right? They're like, I gotta do this. But the bottom line is when you walk in there, they're like, okay, so we made some changes here. And instead of doing this, we're gonna walk on the moon. And you're like, mm. Let it go. Let it go. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be prepared for corrections. Be prepared for other people in the room. Because initially, when you go in, it could be you and the person running the session. You go back to the callback. You got 10 people sitting around looking at you, waiting for you to do your thing so they can go out and eat. Okay? They're like, I just want to get lunch. Who was that? What was the girl? What was she wearing? Okay, yeah, whatever. But actors were like, I want it. I know. Keep believing in yourself. Keep sharpening your tools, whatever that may be. Again, sometimes people are like, I'm taking classes. Sometimes you need to step away from those classes and find out who you are. I know. Because this is a spiritual thing, really. Because if you don't have that control and that confidence, they're going to eat you up. Yep. They're going to eat you up. And it's not personal. It's just they don't have time. And if they do have time, they'll eat you up more. I'm joking. But no. And this pertains to real life too. Okay. When you're not comfortable in your shoes, it's not good. And it's something that we all have to work on all the time. You know, you can take a few breaks here and there, but for the most part, it's a daily thing, because it depends on what comes up. But again, I'm talking primarily to people who want to get in the industry. I know there's so many books telling you what to do, and I'm telling you what not to do because guess what? I did it. I'm speaking from experience. So I hope some of this information helps you. And yeah, I can be a little because I'm very playful and animated. Sometimes I can get might get on your nerves a little bit, but guess, trust and believe. What I'm telling you, you'll find out for yourself, but at least try. Try. I had a photographer, got a lot of photographers too. And he was like, I said, I need an agent, I need a manager. He's like, just try. And I was like, whoa. He's been in the industry forever. He's worked as an agent as well. And he's like, just try. Just try. And something about the way he said it just warmed my heart. So I want to say to you, and I hope this warms your heart, just try. I'll see you next time, okay? And until then, God bless you. Stay positive. Know that life is an adventure, but you get back what you put out. So have a blessed day. Until next time, see you later.